All right, thank you all for joining. We're 2 minutes past the hour, so we're going to go ahead and start things off. And then for those who trickle in, this will be recorded, so they'll be able to log into our YouTube and start from the beginning if they wish to do so. But I appreciate everybody's time today, and thank you for joining. Today, we're going to be talking about how DVRs in your fleet will help save you millions of dollars. Our line of DVRs is called the MobileMule, and we've had DVRs since 2015. So we like to think we know a thing or two about the DVR industry when it comes to saving money for your fleets. My name is Alex Trkulja. I am the Director of Sales at Rearview Safety, and joining me today is Damian, our DVR specialist. Today we're going to talk about a few things: the numbers, DVR cost savings, the products that we offer at RVS, and then we're going to wrap up with a live demo that Damian's going to do for us. And then we'll take about 5 to 8 minutes for any questions and takeaways. So I want to start by introducing you to RVS. We come from a hierarchy of different companies. We are part of Clariance Technologies overall. They acquired our parent company, SafeFleet, in 2024. We're excited to join their other companies that are in their portfolio, like Trkulja, you might be familiar with, Rigid, PSI, Ranger Design, Echo, Co3, Davco, some real leaders in the industry. And SafeFleet, as I said, is very proud to be part of that. Clariance offers a lot of lighting technologies, and SafeFleet you're going to see offers a lot of access and temperature control, roof ladder racks, as well as what we're going to talk about today is technology. So if you look at this wheel, SafeFleet's wheel, I like to call this like a clock. You look from 12 o'clock to 6 o'clock. These are all the industries that we sell into. And then from 6 o'clock back up to 1 o'clock, these are all of the products that we sell into those industries. So mechanical things like ladder racks, lighting from our sister company in Long Island, FRC, electronics, Rearview Safety. So I'm going to stop there, but we offer a lot more products, as you can see in this wheel. So Rearview Safety, part of SafeFleet, what do we do? Basically, any technology that you have in your personal vehicle, like backup sensors, backup cameras, 360 systems, blind spot sensors, Rearview Safety offers all of that technology to OEMs as well as aftermarket. Today, we're going to be focusing on DVRs, but to give you a little snippet of history of Rearview Safety, we were started in 2007, and in 2016, we were acquired by SafeFleet, making us about a 2,000 employee company. And then, as I mentioned last year, acquired by Clariance, now a 4,000 person employee company. A little more about the timeline. So between 2007 and current day, we have about 2.5 million camera systems on the road, which is amazing. We are keeping people safe and saving lives. That is our main goal. As you can see, in 2013, we opened an office in Indiana to better serve the Midwest. A lot of OEMs in Indiana with Wabash, Utilimaster, the RV industry. We wanted to make sure that we could service them speedily in next day deliveries. Also, it helps us reach other markets of the U.S. like Texas or the West Coast, where we can ship, in a day or 2 days. You'll notice another thing on this timeline. In 2015, as I mentioned in the beginning of the webinar, we debuted our MobileMule DVR series. So it's come a long way from that Gen 1 to where we're at today with AI and all sorts of new technologies, and we're going to jump into that here in just a minute. In 2024, we joined Clariance. In 2025, we celebrate 18 years, so we're really excited to be a leader in the industry. Some fleets that trust us: Keurig Dr. Pepper, one of the largest beverage fleets in the country. Performance Food Groups, Utilimaster, we did over 25,000 units for Amazon with our backup sensors. And then FedEx, we've done over 70,000 units with FedEx between retrofitting as well as our OEM partners. So why are you guys here? Well, the cost savings, right? We talked about in our email blast, saving millions of dollars. Now, if you guys have a fleet, you know that it can be upwards of millions of dollars when you get into an accident. God willing, you don't have a lot of those. Typically, it involves a fatality. but the average cost you're going to see is about $200,000 in claims. On top of the $200,000 per claim, that's just for the accident, right? But that's not taking into account upwards of $500,000 for investigation, $100,000 for vehicle repair replacements, $100,000 or more for medical expenses, up to $5,000 more of lost productivity and downtime, up to $20,000 more per year for insurance premium increases, and up to $10,000 more for regulatory fines and penalties from the DOT. As you can see, it adds up very quickly. 40% of DVRs help fleets reduce, fleets reduced accident investigation costs by 40%. We also know that fleets with mobile DVRs experience 25% decrease in insurance claims. And as I mentioned in the last slide, DVRs help fleets save on average $200,000 per claim by providing video evidence. So when your driver calls and they got an accident, pull that footage. You can go online, and we're going to show you a little bit later with Damian. You can go online, you can see what happened leading up to the accident because you're going to have cameras all around the vehicle. You can see what happened during the accident and after the accident. So maybe it was your driver's fault. Maybe it wasn't your driver's fault, but you're able to now have the control of how you're going to present that footage in court to exonerate your driver. When we look at driver behavior and productivity, we know from studies that mobile DVRs help fleets reduce maintenance costs as well by 12% by identifying risky driving before an accident can happen. Accidents equals vehicles out of service for repairs. So you might not be helping your driver what you think you're helping your driver make a lane change, but when you have a distracted driver and our AI alerts your driver that they're distracted, you're able to keep your fleet on the road being productive and out of the shop. We also know that fleets with mobile DVRs experience an 8% reduction in downtime due to accidents, resulting in increased productivity and revenue. Overall cost savings for a fleet, you'll see that a $2,500 saving per vehicle per year in total cost. Now, that might not be every vehicle. This is kind of peanut butter spread across the board. But if you have one accident that costs you $1 million and you have 100 or 500 trucks, this kind of averages that out over all of your fleet. And then lastly, we see that mobile DVRs help fleets achieve 5% overall cost savings through a combination of accident reduction, improved driver behavior, and reduced maintenance costs. So we all know it's about EBITDA. When you can save 5%, that's a huge number for your company. Additional benefits are that this is one of the biggest ones, that mobile DVRs reduce false claims by 90%, resulting in significant cost savings for fleets. So as I mentioned earlier, and this happened to me personally, I'm not going to show the video today, but I got in an accident about 3 years ago. I pulled the DVR footage, I showed it to the insurance company, and instantly the guy called me and said, "There's no way you're at fault for this accident, and we'll have a check to you probably in a week." And they did. They actually had a check to me in 3 days. So when you're able to actually show footage of what happened, that your driver wasn't on the phone, that your driver was paying attention, that they weren't smoking or doing something else, a 90% reduction in false claims is massive. Additionally, you're going to improve your compliance, safety, and accountability scores by reducing the risk of fines and penalties from the DOT. So now that we got all the stats and data out of the way, and we can dive deeper into that later if you guys want in the Q&A, but I want to make sure we spend enough time going over the DVR lineups because we have a few different options that are really appealing to fleets. What you're seeing here in this picture is our, let's go with our good, better, best, right? This is our good DVR. It's kind of the entry point DVR. It uses an SD card, kind of like your old point and shoot cameras, and that will go upwards to 512 gigabytes. You can put 5 cameras into this DVR, and the best thing about this is there's no monthly fees. So this DVR and the next 2 that I'm going to show you have 0 monthly fees compared to somebody like Alytics or Samsara where you're paying reoccurring monthly fees and your driver doesn't have any additional safety technology in their vehicle other than a forward-facing camera for you to review after the accident already happened. This technology that I'm showing you now not only has no monthly fees, but it's going to give you the footage to review when you have an accident and exonerate your driver. It is also going to give your driver the visibility on the road so they can make better choices while they're driving. So the driver will have a monitor that comes, there's a video outfeed of this DVR, and the driver will have a monitor where they can see the lane next to them when they're changing lanes, or they can utilize the backup camera like you and I would for our rear view mirror. That's a priceless tool for especially a young driver that's used to having that technology in their personal cars when they've never driven without a backup camera. This is very useful for them. Additional features to this system and the ones moving forward, they're all military grade, so you have great vibration testing, that environmental testing that we've done on these, and they last many, many years. Our systems either come in a recording or a Wi-Fi and a remote viewing option. So if you don't want to have live viewing, and this says no monthly fees, but if you want to have live viewing, you would have to insert your own SIM card. Or if you have Wi-Fi in your cab already, you can link our system to your existing Wi-Fi and you can pull data remotely. So think of these black boxes kind of like your mobile data center that's on wheels, and your data center is traveling around the country making deliveries, and you're able to remotely tap in through our website to see the live footage. And we're going to show you that here in a little bit. So that was good. This is better. This is our next line of DVR. It has 5 channels again. It can do 1080 quality cameras, and you can actually do up to 9 cameras with our 8171 series, which is basically the same body as this one. You can do up to 2 terabytes of hard drive compared to the previous system that was 512. And the way we accomplish that is because it's a hard drive, not a SD card. You can even go up to 4 terabytes here in the next quarter. In Q2, we're releasing a DVR that has the capability to do 4 terabytes. So literally you could have many months worth of recording stored on these DVRs. We have ways to pull the hard drive out and view the footage, or we can do that remotely, which we'll do here in just a few minutes. And then our final no monthly fee DVR. This is our AI DVR. We're really excited about this. We just released it this year. On the left-hand side, you're going to see the entry-level one, and on the right-hand side, this is the Cadillac, right? So the left side, similarly to the other one, is a SD card 512 gigabyte DVR. This one is not weatherproof, so it has to be mounted internally. The one on the right-hand side is weatherproof, so it can be mounted externally, and it also has a solid state hard drive. So it's a better hard drive. You're going to get a lot more data capacity on this one as well. And the nice thing about this AI, so it's going to detect pedestrians and vehicles and animals. The nice thing about this Cadillac version on the right-hand side is that you could do 360 as well. So if you've been in a rental car where it stitches it kind of looks like a satellite image, top-down bird's eye view of your vehicle, this DVR device on the right-hand side can accomplish either AI or 360. So it's a really robust system. You can also connect a 7 or 10-inch touchscreen monitor, which makes it a lot more user-friendly for your drivers. All right, so those last 3 systems I reviewed were all no monthly fees. This system we're looking at now is our MobileMule AI driver behavior system. So if you're familiar with a Netrodyne or a Samsara or Linux, this is our answer to that solution. This is going to give you ability to coach your drivers, as well as give your drivers real live feedback. So as the driver's going down the road, if they're speeding over the speed limit, over the threshold that you set, let's say it's 10 miles per hour over the speed limit, it's going to give your driver a verbal alert that they're over the speed limit. Additionally, if they're looking away or distracted or using their phone, it's going to give your drivers that audible alert, and it's going to give you as a fleet manager an event on your dashboard. So when you log in, you can see your biggest offenders for the month in your fleet. All right. If you want to coach just your top 10 offenders, you're able to do that very easily from the dashboard. And we're going to do a separate webinar just on this product because there's really a lot of cool technology behind it and AI that we don't have the time in just 1 or 2 minutes to go over. So next month, we're going to do another webinar, and please let us know if you're interested, and we'll make sure to send you an email for that. But if you're familiar with the Samsara Analytics, it is very similar in the technology and the AI that it provides you as a fleet manager. So now we're going to jump into the live demo. We got about 15 minutes left here of the webinar, and I want to give Damian a good 8 minutes here to run us through the live demo. So we're going to switch sharing screens from my screen, and then Damian, you go ahead and take over.
All right. Thank you guys for coming. As Alex said, I am the DVR technician, head of DVR. I bring in products such as the new AI DVRs that you've seen in the previous slides. What I'm going to be showing you is a demonstration of the server, which we have a trusted fleet that will let us use their cameras to show off their cameras and their vehicles all at once. So what you're seeing here is our software. We provide the software for free. We also offer a URL browser version of this where you can just type in the URL and a free application on your phone. Right now, you're seeing my software right here with the cameras on the left. I help you through the process of getting these DVRs online through 4G or Wi-Fi. So if anybody would like to get that done, we can definitely set something up in the future. What I'm going to do is double click these devices here on the left side. This indicates that they're on. So just turn these on. So this is bringing their cameras online. This is a substream version of the cameras, which uses a lowest amount of data. We can also bring these DVRs on the mainstream. So let me show you. This is actually the actual quality that these cameras are in. So you'll be seeing these in AHD format or FHD format. We provide both cameras. So a little bit more clearer than the substream. On this software, you'll also be able to see where they're on the Google Maps platform that you see on the right side. And you can track them. So if your vehicle is moving, it'll move it along on the right side with the GPS map. So that's more of one of the features of the remote replay that you can use. Let me go to the second aspect of this, which is a track. Now, this is probably not the most used concept of the server, but if you do drop ships, if you do cargo loads where you have to go from place to place, this is an option that you would use on the server. This uses GPS, which is the lowest amount of data from the DVR. And if you want to keep track of your drivers to see where they go from place to place, this would be where you want. So like I said, it's not the most used, but it's definitely efficient if you want to keep track of where they are. And that's just a bit of that. So I'm not going to go too much into that. Now, the record section is where you would pull out your remote replay. So if I press search on a vehicle that I have already listed, I can go through, if we have 1 to 2 terabytes, you can go to 2 to 3 weeks worth of footage on the server. And you can replay it here, pull up all your cameras, as easy as that. You'll see it on the right with the Google Maps platform. As long as the GPS is good and handled well, you'll be able to see it moving as the vehicle is moving on the left side. Now, if you want to pull any sort of footage, you can just click it here. I'm going to pull a minute of footage, and it shouldn't take that long. Now, these are very user-friendly. You just have to click a button, and a minute of footage is already done. And you can send it off to any insurance company or anybody that needs it. Anybody, honestly, who needs it. We also offer a free video player for this software where you can see the video and also see the Maps platform, and that's on our website. I also help with user setup. I help with sub-user setups. If you want to name your vehicles, if you want to get these all set up, I help you through that process. But the more you use the DVRs, the more easier it gets. Other than that, that's just a little bit of the DVR platform. And we strongly encourage you guys to bring any questions at the end of this webinar. But that's about it for me. Just a little bit of a simple demonstration.
Thank you, Damian.
Sure.
Thank you, Damian. And one of the things that we didn't really have time to dive into, but what a lot of fleets will even do is, so as on the left side of the screen, you saw kind of all of the asset numbers. They'll categorize them as Midwest or in regions, right? Midwest, East Coast, West Coast, whatever, what have you, or their different plants that they have. And then additionally, what you can do is just select the driver camera or the backup camera or whatever camera you want from your whole fleet. So you could populate, let's say, 50 cameras of the same camera on every tractor trailer, right? So it's a very powerful tool. And again, what Damian just showed you, that is a free system. There's no monthly fees from Rearview Safety for that system. So with that said, we have about 8 minutes, and I want to hop into some frequently asked questions that we currently get, and then we'll hop into Q&As that you guys have. This might answer some of those. Are there monthly fees? There are no monthly fees for the first DVRs, the black boxes and the blue box that I showed you. There are monthly fees for the driver behavior system, but we do have an option for the driver behavior system where you can buy the hardware outright for $460 and then go month to month. Can you mix and match cameras of different qualities on one DVR? Yes. So if you have a fleet that already has some standard definition cameras and you want to add a DVR, you can certainly do that. And let's say you wanted to add additional full HD cameras or 1080p cameras, you could do that as well and have your standard def and HD cameras going to the same DVR. What is the max storage that DVR can use as memory? So I hit on this for each one of them, but anywhere from 512 gigabytes for your SD cards up to 4 terabytes. Can we program the AI to pick up other objects? The AI currently we use AI libraries, and so whatever's in our AI library is what it will detect. What major carriers work with the DVRs? Any carrier that you have, AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile, the main one, Sprint, those will work with our DVRs. And then finally, the last frequent question that we often get is, does the DVR and monitor both have to be tied to power? So this is an installation question. Damian, I'm going to let you answer that because I think you can tie the monitor into the DVR.
Yeah, so the great thing about the DVR is that it provides an hour power output to the DVR. So in the case that your customer doesn't want to have a monitor in cab, you can just get one for setup and use each monitor for setup in that case. You don't have to, if they want to plug it in, they plug it in and the DVR just powers it up on itself. So you don't need to be there, but in case, the DVR does both. Yeah.
Yep. A lot of fleets don't necessarily start off wanting a monitor for the driver. They just want to record. But the benefit to having the monitor, as I mentioned earlier, is you're going to give your drivers the opportunity to make better choices on the road live, right? They're going to put on their turn signal, and the whole side of the vehicle is going to be an image on the monitor, and they're going to see if there's a vehicle or a motorcycle in their blind spot or what have you. Additionally, you're able to communicate with your fleet through our platform. So you can do a VoIP call or voice over internet protocol call from your laptop or computer to your driver so that they don't have to answer a cell phone. Additionally, you can even send text messages. So we have a lot of really cool technology that is added to it when you do bring in a monitor.
Yeah, and we also have an intercom system where you can use with the black box DVRs. If you need a radio into the person that's driving, you can use the intercom and eliminate the whole. If you need to call them to the phone, you can just use the server for that as well.
So with that said, Samantha, if you can read us any Q&As that may have popped up, or if you guys have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat, and we will take the next 4 to 5 minutes and address them. If there's no Q&As, I'm going to talk a little bit. Maybe somebody will have a question. If you want any information on our DVRs, you can go to our website, www.rearviewsafety.com. We have a very user-friendly website. At the top of the page, you'll see products. Go to our DVRs, and it's going to take you to all of our DVR options where you can download spec sheets, you can read reviews from customers, you can read installation manuals and get an idea of how it is to install. We also have a lot of videos on our YouTube channel on how to set up and install the DVRs. Once you do one, it's very easy, and it's a very useful tool to have for your fleet.
So we'll be updating the videos as well. so we can have more apparent ones. We're looking to add AI server functionality. So when the AI is getting detected, you'll be able to see it on the server as well as soon as it's made. The server is always updating, always upgrading. We try to be the best in the field for sure with our DVRs on the server compatibility.
Great. We do have a question. Is the hard drive on the MobileMule, is it an SSD? And that is from Salvatore.
So we are upgrading to SSD now. We used to use terabyte hard drive, HDDs, and we're looking to use Samsung SSDs now, which are higher grade. Those are going to be used on both the older version and our new version DVRs.
All right, well, we have about 2 minutes left, but I want to thank everybody for joining. It doesn't seem like there's any more questions. We are going to put this webinar up on our YouTube channel. So if you want to rewatch it or reference something, you'll be able to go to our YouTube channel, Rearview Safety. And we thank you all for joining. And we appreciate your interest. And thank you again. Have a wonderful rest of your day.
Thank you so much.